Hey folks, welcome back to Stoic Mind Studio. Let me ask you something that might hit close to home. Have you ever found yourself bending over backward for someone, hoping they'd notice you, but feeling invisible instead? You're always available, always eager to please, doing everything in your power to win their attention. You drop everything the moment they call. You go out of your way to make them happy, even at your own expense. You might even be throwing your dignity out the window, hoping that somehow, some way, they'll finally see your worth. But let me give it to you straight. This approach isn't working. In fact, it's backfiring. Instead of coming across as confident, you're coming across as desperate. Instead of looking self-assured, you're looking needy, like you're constantly seeking approval. And let's face it, no one is attracted to that. Think about it. Would you want to spend your life with someone who begs for your approval, who sacrifices their own identity just for a shred of your attention? Probably not. Here's the hard truth. Desperation doesn't inspire attraction. It repels it. And yet, so many of us fall into this trap. We think that by giving more, doing more, sacrificing more, we'll somehow earn someone's affection. But it doesn't work that way. Imagine yourself standing there, phone in hand, checking for a message every 5 minutes, hoping that today will finally be the day they choose you. It's exhausting, isn't it? And worse, it's heartbreaking. So, let's cut through the noise. If you're wondering why they're not choosing you, it's not because you're not good enough. It's not because you lack value. It's because you've been going about this the wrong way. That's what this video is about, flipping the script. We're gonna stop chasing, stop begging, stop sacrificing our dignity just for someone else's attention. Instead, we're gonna take back control of our own value. How? Through the timeless power of Stoicism. By mastering yourself and embracing these 7 transformational techniques, you'll no longer feel the need to chase. You'll become the person they can't help but notice. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why they're not choosing you, you'll know exactly how to turn the tables and make them see your worth. Let's get started. The hard truth, why they're not choosing you. Let's talk about the cold, hard truth. If they're not choosing you, it's not because you're not good enough. It's not because you lack something. The reality is that your actions, your behavior, are sending the wrong message. Right now, you might be giving too much. You're too available, too eager, and too willing to drop everything at a moment's notice for their attention. You've made them the center of your world. And here's the thing, the more you give, the less they value it. The more you chase, the more you push them away. Because desperation doesn't inspire love, respect, or attraction. It inspires indifference. Think of yourself as a high-end restaurant offering gourmet meals, but you're handing them out for free on the sidewalk. Sure, people will grab it, but will they savor it or even remember where they got it? Probably not, because when something comes too easily, it's taken for granted. That's what's happening here. When you're constantly available, constantly bending over backward to make someone happy, you're sending the message that your time, your energy, and your love don't have value. You're telling them, I'm here for free, no effort required. And guess what? People don't respect what they don't have to work for. Think about it this way. If you're always available, always there, always giving, where's the mystery? Where's the sense of challenge? The truth is, People are naturally drawn to those who respect themselves and demand respect in return. But when you're too eager to please, you come across as someone who's lost control of their emotions. You come across as someone who's desperate for approval. And let's be honest, no one wants to choose someone who feels like they're constantly chasing validation. Now, let's flip the perspective for a moment. Imagine someone who's always texting you, always waiting for your reply, always bending over backward to please you. Do you feel drawn to that? Does that inspire respect or admiration? Probably not. And that's exactly how they're seeing you right now, not as someone to admire, but as someone to take for granted. Here's the truth you might not want to hear. If they're not choosing you, it's because you've made it too easy for them. You've turned yourself into an option, not a priority. And no one prioritizes something they don't have to work for. But don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean you're not worth choosing. It doesn't mean you don't have value. It just means you've been showing up in a way that hides your value. You've been so focused on winning their attention that you've forgotten your own worth. But here's the good news, it's not too late to change. The moment you stop chasing, the moment you stop begging for their approval, is the moment you take back your power. Because the truth is, you're not here to convince someone of your value. You're not here to be their backup plan, their afterthought, or their safety net. You're here to step into your own power, to own your worth, and to show the world that you don't need anyone's approval to feel complete. And that's what we're going to dive into next. So, if you're tired of feeling overlooked, tired of feeling like you're chasing after someone who doesn't see your worth, stay with me. Because in the next part of this video, we're going to flip the script entirely. We're going to stop focusing on them and start focusing on you. Challenge: reclaiming your power. Now that we've uncovered the hard truth, it's time to make a decision. Right here, right now, I want you to ask yourself, are you ready to reclaim your power? For too long, you've been giving your energy to someone else. You've been waiting for their approval, their attention, their validation, and in doing so, you've been giving away something far more valuable: control over your own happiness. But here's the thing. No one else gets to decide your worth. No one else gets to control how you feel about yourself. That's your job. So today, I'm throwing down a challenge. Are you ready to stop chasing? Are you ready to stop waiting? Are you ready to take back the control you've been giving away? If the answer is yes, then it starts with one simple affirmation. I control my value. Say it with me, louder this time. I control my value. Feel the shift in your energy as you declare it. This is the moment everything changes for you. This is not just a statement. It's a declaration. It's a decision to stop letting someone else dictate how you feel about yourself. It's a commitment to reclaim your self-worth, your confidence, and your power. Write it down, say it out loud, drop it in the comments below. Let the universe know that from this moment on, you are taking charge of your life. Because here's the truth, the power has always been yours. You just forgot how to use it. And reclaiming it doesn't mean cutting people off or being cold. It means flipping the script. Instead of chasing them, you focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Instead of waiting for their approval, you build a life so fulfilling, so full of purpose, that their validation becomes irrelevant. This isn't about getting back at them or playing games. It's about stepping into your own worth, owning your value, and showing the world and yourself that you are enough. So here's my challenge to you. Say the affirmation, believe it, and start living it. Because once you reclaim your power, you stop being the one who's waiting. You become the one who's chosen. And that's where the real transformation begins. The 7 Stoic techniques to make them choose you. Technique 1. Embrace Stoic detachment. Let's start with one of the most powerful principles of Stoicism, detachment. No, I know what you're thinking. Does detachment mean I have to stop caring? Not at all. Stoic detachment isn't about shutting off your emotions or pretending you don't care. It's about controlling those emotions so they don't control you. Here's the problem: when you're overly attached to someone's attention or approval, you give them power over you. Every text, every call, every little action or lack thereof dictates how you feel. That's not love. That's dependency. Stoic detachment is about letting go of that dependency. It's about realizing that your happiness and self-worth aren't tied to their response. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you're a dog chasing its tail. You run in circles, exhausting yourself, but you never catch it. That's what it feels like to chase after someone's attention. Now imagine the dog stops chasing. Suddenly the tail gets closer. It's the same with people. When you stop chasing, you create space for them to come to you. How do you do this? Start by focusing on yourself. Pour your energy into things that matter to you, your passions, your goals, your life. The less you depend on their approval, the more attractive you become. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Once you've mastered detachment, the next step is to ensure your standards reflect your worth. Detachment helps you reclaim your power, but raising your standards shows the world, and them, that you're serious about it. Technique 2, raise your standards and stick to them. Let's talk about standards. Here's the truth. If you've been tolerating the bare minimum, you've been showing them that you don't value yourself. Why would they prioritize you if you're okay with being treated like an option? It's time to raise the bar. Imagine walking into a luxury store. Do you see diamonds on sale? Of course not. Luxury items don't beg for attention. They demand it because their value is undeniable. You need to think of yourself the same way. You're not on sale. You're not here to accept scraps of attention or half-hearted effort. Raising your standards means setting clear boundaries. If they flake on plans, don't chase after them. If they disrespect your time, don't let it slide. By accepting poor behavior, you're teaching them that it's okay to treat you that way. And yes, raising your standards can feel uncomfortable at first. Some people might fall away, and that's okay. You're filtering out the ones who don't belong. As Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." When you hold yourself to a higher standard, you show them and yourself that you're worth more, and the right people will rise to meet you. Technique 3. Build genuine emotional connections. Surface-level attraction fades. True connection doesn't. If you want them to choose you, you need to connect with them on a deeper level, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Here's the mistake many people make. They focus on impressing the other person instead of connecting with them. They're so busy trying to say the right thing or act the right way that they forget to be authentic. But authenticity is what makes you irreplaceable. Picture this. Your friend is sharing something deeply personal, but instead of listening, you're thinking about how to reply or impress them. Now imagine flipping the script, leaning in, making eye contact, and letting them know you see them. That's the power of true connection. People crave to be seen and understood. When you listen, you give them that gift. And when they feel understood, they open up to you in ways they never have before. Building genuine connections also requires vulnerability. This doesn't mean oversharing, it means letting them see the real you. Share your passions, your fears, your dreams. Let them connect with the person you truly are, not the person you're pretending to be. As Marcus Aurelius said, be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Be real, be present. That's how you create a bond that goes beyond attraction. Technique 4. Maintain independence and self-respect. Nobody is drawn to someone who has lost themselves in a relationship. If you've made this person the center of your world, it's time to step back. Independence is one of the most attractive qualities you can have. Here's why. When you have your own life, your own passions, and your own goals, you show them that you're not reliant on their attention to feel whole. You become someone they want to be with, not someone they feel obligated to keep around. Maintaining self-respect is just as crucial. Self-respect sets the tone for how others treat you. If you tolerate disrespect, you're teaching them that your boundaries don't matter. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Respect yourself enough to demand better, not through words, but through actions. Show them that your time, energy, and love are valuable, and they'll start treating them that way. Technique 5. Communicate effectively and assert your needs. Let's get one thing straight. No one can read your mind. If you've been silently waiting for someone to understand what you need, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. This doesn't mean being confrontational or demanding. It means being clear and confident about what you expect and what you need. People respect those who have the courage to voice their boundaries. At the same time, effective communication is a two-way street. It's not just about asserting your needs. It's also about listening to theirs. When both people feel heard, mutual respect grows, and that's what makes a relationship thrive. As Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. Stop waiting for them to guess what you need. Tell them calmly and clearly. It's one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to command respect. Technique 6. Showcase your growth. People are drawn to growth. If you've been stagnant, emotionally, mentally, or even physically, it's time to change that. Growth is exciting, it's magnetic, and it makes you irresistible. Show them that you're constantly evolving. Maybe it's picking up a new skill, improving your fitness, or working on your mindset. The key is to let them see that you're not the same person you were yesterday. As Seneca said, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Growth isn't just about attracting them, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. And when they see that, they'll realize you're someone they can't afford to lose. Technique 7. Avoid common mistakes that push them away. Finally, let's talk about mistakes to avoid. Desperation, over-explaining, losing yourself, and playing games, these behaviors push people away. Desperation screams insecurity. Over-explaining signals that you don't trust yourself. Losing yourself in a relationship makes you seem less valuable. And playing games, it's exhausting for everyone involved. As Epictetus said, no great thing is created suddenly. Attraction, respect, and connection take time. Focus on being authentic, and you'll naturally draw people closer instead of pushing them away. Now that we've walked through the 7 Stoic techniques, it's time to put everything into action. Let's take a moment to reflect. Think about where you've been, constantly chasing, constantly giving, constantly feeling overlooked. And now, think about where you're headed, a place of power, control, and undeniable value. You've learned how Stoic detachment allows you to step back and reclaim your energy. You've discovered the power of raising your standards, building genuine connections, and maintaining your independence. You've embraced the importance of effective communication, personal growth, and avoiding the behaviors that push people away. But none of this matters if you don't take action. So, here's my final challenge for you. Make a decision today. Decide that you're no longer chasing approval. Decide that you're no longer settling for less than you deserve. Decide that from this moment on, you're stepping into your power. Because the truth is, this isn't about them, it's about you. It's about realizing that you don't need anyone's validation to feel worthy. You don't need to beg for someone to see your value. You've had it all along. So say it with me one last time. I control my value. Write it down, drop it in the comments. Say it until you believe it with every fiber of your being. Because when you truly embrace your worth, everything changes. You stop chasing, and they start noticing. You stop begging, and they start respecting. You stop playing games, and they start stepping up. And if they don't, well, that's on them, because you've already won. You've taken back your power. Now, take this truth into your daily life. Maybe it's setting a boundary today, or saying no to something that doesn't serve you. Each small action reinforces your value, and trust me, the world will notice. Not because you begged for it, but because you became someone so strong, so self-assured that they couldn't help but see your value. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. And if you're ready to take this journey to the next level, share this video with someone who needs to hear these words. You are in control of your value. Never forget it.